Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing some video predictions for The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 8, which is the mid-season finale for this year. This episode is called Too Far Gone. Okay, so I know it's a little bit early to start talking about the mid-season finale now, but I think it's going to be a good one, and there are a lot of rumors sort of circling around on the internet with people speculating what they think we're going to see, and also some different news outlets talking about some possible spoilers for the mid-season finale. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I do think that in the Too Far Gone episode, the mid-season finale, we are going to see the governor attack the prison one final time. I don't think it's going to be very similar to the season finale from last year. It seems like all the events are just lining up into place. That's what they're going to do. Of course, the introduction of the governor last week in last week's episode. This weekend we know episode 6 is going to be mostly focused on the governor, if not entirely. It looks like it's going to be something along the lines of what we saw in Season 3 with his introductory episode. Was that episode 3? I think so. Season 3, episode 3, if you guys remember, where he had his own entire episode. The whole episode was about him. I don't even think we saw one scene with Rick's group at the prison, did we? Well, anyway, I'm thinking it's probably going to be somewhere around there. So I'm thinking this week's episode, 6, will be basically us getting to see what happened to the governor, where he went, what he did after the events of the Season 3 finale. And then, of course, number 7 would be sort of the beginning of him probably preparing to get ready to attack the prison. And then I'm tending to think that Too Far Gone is going to be the big, hurrah. I'm still hoping we're going to see a tank. The tank, yeah, I hope we're going to see him roll in a tank. That would be very, very cool. A lot of interesting things that are going to have to come to surface first. I mean, we don't know what kind of an army he's going to have, if any. We don't know who's going to be on his side. Martinez and Shumpert, are they going to stay with him? What the case may be with that. So we have really no idea at this point. But in terms of the rumors, in terms of what I think and making some predictions, that's what I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see the definitive prison battle. And if they go along with what happened in the comic book series, which they may or may not do, because in the comic book series, Andrea is still alive. So it's completely different, and they're intending on making it different, it seems. Rick's group may have to bail the prison when the governor does attack. So we'll see what happens with that. It does sound to be pretty exciting. I think another interesting way to go might be if they have the governor attack in a tank and all that kind of stuff. And if in the process of the battle the prison is basically destroyed to the point where maybe the walls are the walls are broken down, the gate is totally mangled and smashed, this kind of thing. And they just don't have the ability to really rebuild it to what it was at before, and the amount of walkers that are around are so many that they have to bail. They could then win against the governor, kill him, right? Have Rick kill him, or, well, hopefully Daryl shoots him with an arrow or something of the sort, and then right in the head. Perfect. Or, leave him as a walker, because that's what he did to Merle, right? He killed Merle and then left him there. I'd like to see Daryl do something like that, like shoot him in the heart or something with an arrow, leave it, and then let him just roam around as a walker as his punishment. Don't put him down. Don't put him out of his misery. Let him live as a walker, I guess. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with it. I don't think that we're going to see the whole resolution of it. I mean, last year they went with the mid-season finale was like a cliffhanger, like they cut it right at the most exciting part. I think they might do something like that this year. That way they can really jack up the ratings when it comes back on in February, which is what I think they're going to do. So anyway, been really excited for the season so far, and it seems like my favorite parts are still yet to come, because it's going to happen. The governor's going to attack sooner or later, I would think, and this just it sounds like the timing is just perfect for it to be like mid-season finale worthy. But I think this is going to be the last one. I think that after we see that, the whole governor thing will be over, and then the characters will probably leave the prison. Maybe with the governor, the prison will be over as well too, and then we'll see them move on, afterwards. So we'll see what happens with that. Lots of info out there. Feel free to let people know about it in the comments. If you guys have heard anything on different websites, there's lots of different sites talking about it, and different information out there about what some of the cast said, like Andrew Lincoln has mentioned, some things about Too Far Gone and things like that. And well, the title itself too is from the comic book series. Too Far Gone was the trade paperback, wasn't it after they left the prison? I think so. I forget exactly. It's been so long since I've checked them out. They're downstairs in a box somewhere right now. Blasphemy. Trev's got his Walking Dead stuff in a box in the basement. Blasphemy. I know I should get it out and really go over it again, just so for my comparison for my videos and stuff. But just before I finish things up, I'll just read off the description for it. It says, Too Far Gone. After things begin to calm at the prison, Rick and the group face imminent danger. So we may even see some kind of flashbacks and things like that next week. And, I don't know, maybe if it's out of chronological order, where when we saw the governor, he's going to leave for a bit and then come right back to attack or something like that. Because they're not in a good state right now. They're really not prepared to be able to defend an attack, even if it's just him and Martinez and Shumpert, like the three of them. Or even if he's got 5 or 10 guys. It would be really difficult, I think, at this time with the state that Rick's group is in to defend against that. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be better than the Season 3 finale attack on the prison, because that to me was like, I don't know, it was a little lackluster. It was a little disappointing. And most people seem to agree with me that it was a bit disappointing. So, very excited for the mid-season finale. That's what I think is going to happen. I do think the governor is going to attack the prison in the mid-season finale. People who have been asking me to make the video and my thoughts on it, there you go. Those are them. So anyway, so I've got lots of topics coming up for different videos this week, in the next few weeks, and last week too, up until, of course, the end of the first half of The Walking Dead Season 4, and then should have a good amount of ideas for the break after that, just discussion topics and stuff. And then, of course, Mob City starts, which is starring Jon Bernthal, who played Shane in The Walking Dead, and it's produced by Frank Darabont, who was the television series creator, basically. Made it all happen for The Walking Dead. So, going to be reviewing that after this ends, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look it up on YouTube. Just search for the Mob City trailer, and you'll find it. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this topic, guys. I'll call it here. That's it for this video. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.